Welcome back to the close. A bit of a bounce underway. Let's jump right into how things look right now. We are still negative right across the board here. S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ in the red for potentially the 6th day in a row. Outside of these two, yesterday we snapped that streak, but the NASDAQ, some work to do. Here in Canada, we are negative as well. Crypto still in positive territory, guys. We had the Apple event once again, kind of a sell the news type of deal for Apple, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. A bit of a sell the news. The market, though, bouncing off of the bottom. Gonna say right here off the bat, rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. We were just talking about this. Sean mentioning I don't know, like maybe half an hour ago or so.
Yeah, whenever I tweeted it out there, the wife messaged me, and it was sad.
One of the funniest men alive, to be sure. So if you've never seen Weekend Update, man, he was an absolute legend. Looking at, and I know we just talked about Apple, but looking at AMC here, at least to open things off. I am in this blue, but BLU, but AMC now down 8%. I tried along during Memes and Movers when we took over for Trader Pratt and Ms. V so they could have lunchtime right off of this 49 bottom. No bueno. Now it's breaking lower. There is a bit of a level here at 47. Want to see if it can get down there and maybe hold a bottom, but the market trying to rebound. Not so much over here in AMC, as that is at the low of the day, or essentially pennies away from it.
Yeah, we got out by the skin of our teeth there on AMC. We got a couple longs earlier. We'll talk about that in a minute. Sports Radar did IPO while we were gone.
Right, yeah.
12:30 it came out, pretty much exactly, actually right on. We took us very, very small print, like we don't. Sometimes we go a little larger, but I don't know much about this. DraftKings been going down. Sports Radar comes out here. We'll see what happens to it. Straight to the downside. So that's basically what happened. We got out. This is the same minute. So when we saw that this was not going to take out its day high, which was its opening print, we started to get out. So we got out at 70, then we got out at a 50 break, and then this happened. We let it fall all the way and protect 25. So that does happen. Thank you that it protected it. So thank you, Sports Radar. We went long back there and then out again. And then we reloaded the long at the bottom, trying the same thing off 24. So we have 24.40 right now. And then we got some of that out at 65 just for 25 cents. And I'm still waiting for this level. So hopefully 25.20 or so can come on Sports Radar. And again, like we made a bad trade better right there. So that was good, putting us in the profit. And now we're holding on to this trade, and we'll see where we go right now with SRAD. It's first day. Happy birthday to Sports Radar. I did trim some of my NASDAQ positions. I guess I could tweet that out as well as, the Apple event came and gone. And as you can see here, let's check out what Apple's doing right now. It did exactly what we thought it would. I was sitting here, we were watching the event. I didn't trade it, but there's what we're talking about. There's that break. We said it real early, and thank you for watching us on the morning show and again now. But 151 to 149, it's been back and forth in that range. And then all of a sudden the event starts pretty much there at 1 o'clock, and then you get the move to the downside. So as expected, Apple, they delivered. I thought everything was cool. New iPhones, iPads, everything. I didn't see the MacBook, though.
So apparently there's an event in next month that I think that's where they're expecting.
Oh, so the MacBook they didn't? Okay, so...
like my buddy, Wayne, he's like the big Mac boy. Like he's like, immediately he said, don't worry, they're gonna have the MacBook in October.
Oh, okay.
So
that was always the plan, I guess.
I don't know if it was always the plan, but that's what he's saying, wherever he got that from. I don't know if it was in the actual announcement, but a couple of things that didn't age well, because support was a good trade to the short side. You guys know that we all shorted ATER this morning, and man, did that thing go even further than we expected. But support, it just broke $13. So I don't know, man. I came in here and I'm sitting there not willing to. I should be shorting Cassava Sciences. I'm going to take a 42 break if it breaks low of the day. I am shorting BLU. It's the only thing I got on here. But support, I don't think it's got any of it until you get down to like $10 anymore. And maybe it has a shot. You have to go all the way back to when this really started. Like the first real big move would have been around this 10 and then this $12 area. So maybe that's what we're talking about here, because that's what it seems like. BLU, which I just mentioned, I didn't show it to you, but I do have it. It took it a few times here. It rolled over at 580. First into that 6 level, it rolled over at 580. And why am I looking gift horses in mouths when I should have bids from 560 down into 550? So I'll go ahead and rectify that problem by getting some shares out here if I can in and around this 560 area. So this one's starting to roll over. And just more about shorting it off of this level where it broke down in the morning, guys. So just taking advantage of some of that. Brendan?
Market I mentioned, trying to bounce here, but not being very successful at it. Just noticed some of the payment companies, Visa companies or credit cards to the downside again today. Here's Visa 0.7. Flip over AXP, same story, trying to head to day lows at the moment here. More than a full percent for Amex, guys.
Wow.
More than 4% to the downside. Okay, yeah. So we did trim some of our positions in some of these names, like a Microsoft. And again, it's just small trims because we were just up so high right now, and it's just like I'm not really getting good feels about some of this market, and I don't know if you guys are or not either, but it just doesn't seem really right now like it's the right thing to do to sit in some of these monster winners that we have. So we have trimmed out a little bit here, including Microsoft, including some Twitter as well, although Twitter right now isn't really doing much. I mean, it's bad. It's down to $60. I mean, you're not trimming Twitter at any highs either. And then I also trimmed some JP Morgan as well as we're long sub 100 on that name. I mean, again, if my charts ever load, I could show you something on Twitter at some point here. But yeah, this is not what Twitter's supposed to look like right there on the daily range. So, oh man, this is just hilarious now.
Just because there's some strong stocks in the market right now. One of them was Crocs. If you were watching the show, well, if you're watching memes and movers, you certainly would have known about Trader Pratt talking all about this one. There were several shorts. I mean, the first one off of 155. I know Sean had it after the high at 158. It's right back to these bottoms where there was some buyers, and legitimately so, in front of 150 to 151. Now, if 150 goes, you kind of feel like the rollover could be on. To the downside. Going to take out some blue there, so we'll drop a little bit for BLU. Is that short starting to come in here? I said we get some bids out there. I should probably go for more down around that 530-ish mark, so just in case we drop any further on BLU. But on the radar is going to be a super strong one, Crocs, accelerating or buyback. But when the market's going to come down, profit taking is going to be a thing, and you're seeing a little bit of that in Crocs. So far holding VWAP, but that might not last forever. Brendan?
Yeah, it was interesting on that Crocs as well. In addition to that share buyback, guys, worth noting, they're talking about sales to grow to over $5 billion by 2026. That's a lot of Crocs. $5 billion worth of Crocs, guys.
I've been saying that. I mean, what the hell? I'm sorry.
I've had the same two pairs forever.
I will tweet out my pair of Crocs. They used to say Team Canada on them, and I got them from my mother when I was living at home. And needless to say,
they last forever.
That was a hell of a long time ago.
Who buys new ones?
I don't know. I mean, mine are a disaster. They look. I should be buying new ones, to be honest with you. I wonder what Crocs, how many they're currently selling. Why $5 billion in sales? I don't know. Oh wow. Okay, and this is what we did, man. We just shorted 156 there, and we got out almost right away at 153. But it is making moves now down to VWAP at 151.20. So I mean, this was about this to 156 short. At 153.75. Shout out to Sterling Silver. If you're still on this trade, congratulations, my man. Big trade right there. But we take the $2.50 in about 5 minutes there on Crocs. So that was fun, and it was a nice trade for me. So that was a good one, and hopefully we can make it again. But Crocs right now, that was a good one. We'll see if it breaks there. But yeah, I'm not really feeling those projections. I know they got Valeria's main man over there, Justin Bieber, is involved in Crocs, so I know that much. But yeah, no idea about those kind of numbers. That seems a little bit crazy.
It's definitely some big numbers. To the downside, there's some big numbers. And look, I could talk about support down at 1250 or so, but someone just mentioned Vino. And no, it has nothing to do with wine, but it is a stock, again, like Crocs, that is up, pressing through highs on volume. It just broke it just broke a 440. I know it's below that right now, but just broke that 440 level. Nothing terribly significant around here. I mean, there's some chop at 450 on the daily chart. Nothing to see here on the 15-minute, but there was a bit of a break. It's now holding consolidation at previous highs. It's a choppy stock. It's done 10 million, but maybe not the liquidity you'd expect. So if it were to, of course, I was just about to say, if it were to fall down to like a 410 or 420, long in front of $4 would make some sense to me. Taking out the high at a 455, there's not much making some top breaks. If you give that shot, you're probably risking 25 to 30 cents, not 5 to 10. But 455 on Vino looks pretty interesting. Past this on the daily, like I said, there's not a heck of a lot up there that would cause you too much concern, and not a lot that is very, very strong. I see so much looking weak. Sava just bounced off 42, but that might not last very long either.
I mean, I just now put out. Oh, did I get it? Yes, I did. So we just got out of some SRAD there. It's a tricky stock to get out of, believe it or not. You might not think so with 9 million shares. It's just there's a lot of dark pools, and then they just swipes levels. Like I thought we were going to be getting cruising up there, 7, 8s, 9s, 10s. I wound up having to get 4s there, crossing down into the dark. And because right now you have, unfortunately, I mean, right now it's fine. There's really no spread, but just a couple seconds ago there it was 5 cents, and then it just really prints in between. Like you could see all these prints, like it's 3 by 1 where, like if you notice, all the reds are going to be off the bids and all the, I mean, these are blue, but all the greens will be off the ask. Just so many prints coming in between here. So you have to use dark keys if you are on this name. So just, or not dark keys, but at least cross in the middle and see if there's better shares. I wouldn't use limit keys, market keys on this name. But, you know, again, depending on your share size, it's okay. So right now we have 65 cents in the money right now. We'll see if we can get higher on SRAD. I mean, my targets are just right here, 25.75 or so.
I'll hit a key for you.
For what? Bang! Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
I took some more of that blue out, but I want to talk. Well, I'm going to go to support again. But before I do that, I see Mr. Virindi. This is a vodka market. I suggest Stoli. Not bad. I'm sure Miss V is going to certainly agree with that sentiment. I'm just going. Well,
hard not to.
Hard not to. Stoli, yeah. Why not, guys? But it's that market if you're holding on to.
We had Grey Goose at my wedding, if you know what I'm saying. So let's just.
There were oysters too, by the way.
Let's not get that.
The oyster bar was.
But Stoli.
I'm really into oysters, by the way. So like Rodney's, if you ever want to sponsor the show, Rodney's Oyster House, the greatest restaurant in all of Toronto.
When you go there, just show them who you are, and then they'll sponsor us.
I'm always there,
man.
but it doesn't really matter. I love Rodney's.
Baller.
But this support. Like it just keeps on falling, and I'm like, I came in here, I'm like, I'll go short in Sava. You could have shorted at any random price you wanted in this stock, and just said, yeah, I don't care. I don't need an out. I don't need a level. I'm just going to short it, which I can't bring myself to do. I don't take a 13 break. We're sitting at 12.20, not 12.50. We're sitting at 12.20, and I'm thinking 11 to 11.50 is a good place to maybe catch a falling sword for any kind of a trade. There's still 45 minutes in the session plus to go. And I thought it was going to be Cassava Sciences, which would actually defecate on itself through 42. I'm offering to see if it can't pop into 43 to sell it. I have a stop to break down at 42 even, and I'm stuck only in BLU and watching Vino, which I thought had a chance to go. That just reversed off the high of the day. Can it hold 420? Maybe. I'd rather see it test close to 4 to 410 before buying the dip. I'd rather have it fall into VWAP at 4 before stepping into this one. So I may well step on the bid like around 4 or 5 or so just to see if I can't catch a little bit of something. Don't want to be forcing some of these trades when you're shorting at redonkulous lows here on some of these movers.
All right, redonkulous lows. Let's go to see. So Palantir is just saying no to these lows, I guess. Bounces off $26. You're still up that 1.37%. So, we're loving life with Palantir longs. And we're still going to stay strong on Palantir. Not doing a whole hell of a lot here today, but it did bounce. We do have a short initially up to 26.70. I mean, that was good, but we just scalped that off, and then it broke some of those levels and then started to trade to the downside there. Palantir off a 10-minute chart. We were waiting for these epic drops. I mean, those happened back to back, and then today the opposite happened in the early on, and then it started getting faded down. So definitely Palantir, a hard stock to trade today. We are not lucky. I mean, we did short these tops, but that was a good trade quickly for 20 cents back to VWAP. What's up, Bren?
Just noticed this Joby, J-O-B-Y. I was just checking on it. Yeah, it's that taxi company, the air taxi company. I thought it sounded familiar. Might have just been a stop run there. We got to basically all-time lows for J-O-B-Y. A whole bunch of volume went off. 8% here for Joby.
Yeah. We almost have to pick like the best SPACs that we think have hit in the last little while, because I don't know that many. Well, just because. I mean, let's call last six months or even the last year, because all of them are down. Like I don't know.
And then the pops have been on squeezes.
Or SPACs or IPOs. I mean, look at that Joby chart.
What in the actual? Anyways, so stocks be moving.
Yeah. Rodney's
How am I not
is a
sure?
seafood place, basically like an oyster
Yeah, it's a
house.
seafood joint. It's,
Yeah,
it's the best oyster house in all of Toronto.
Yeah,
and that's actually, it's not even debatable. Like anyone, anyone will
one
tell
time
you.
you were there, I think we got one of those huge, like the biggest king crab basically of all time.
Not on that mailing list anymore, by the way. But anyways,
Yeah, that was a fun
king
time.
crab. Oh my goodness, that was a good time. But
Yeah, those were good times there when we had money. Playing golf after lunch, yes. Love fall golf, same as I. Please send me an invite. We will be going golfing as much as we possibly can. Had a good one this past weekend with the family, so that was really nice. What's a job? Yeah, nobody knows. We're just sitting here trading, and although this is my job, I love it. So it's always nice when you can sit down and have a good time doing what you love. And I think that as long as you guys are traders, you're here for a reason. Wow, ATER, I mean,
oh,
that
for
name,
the love of...
no, it's not doing anything. It's down to 11.25 right now. We should have done better on ATER today. We had the short right there at 15.75. Thought we were pretty cool taking $1, and then it just tanked sitting from there. So ATER. Look, we're green today. It's actually not a bad day. I'm up more money today, knock on wood, unless we do something crazy here into the close than I was yesterday. But hey, not great. FCell, we'll look at FCell for you. Sun hands.
Here's a guess. FCell made a top and it was absolutely flushing all day long and is sitting. Oh no, not. It's actually not at the lows. Without looking, I was literally like,
yeah,
it's probably sitting down around 6 because that's where it was at the open. But it's pretty close to it. So not all the way back and still up 13%. Good for you, FCell. I don't know that I see a trade in the midst of this barcoding unless you have an algorithm that you want to sit on either end of that on either end of it. Blue is starting to push back up. I might short again off of 6 even. But I'm holding out for this Vino and that blue. I think those could be interesting. And we talked about Crocs at least a little bit here. That's getting rather close to rolling over. Now the market is right on, like the NASDAQ is basically right on these lows, like this 15.35, like 10 points away. So simultaneously, if that were to go in 150, 150 half is actually this level here, not 150. If that were to get taken out, I'm going to take a shot at Crocs. I know we're only shorting on pops. But at some point, I need to short something as it's breaking down in this market.
First of all, I mean, all the talk about Crocs, man. I mean, if you've never worn them, then you can't really say anything.
Yeah, don't hate.
So, I mean, do they look crazy? Yes.
Yeah,
for sure. But
you got hardwood, then you need Crocs.
I just want to. I mean, I know there's a lot of chefs and everything wearing Crocs, so they are good for your feet. Doctors, nurses, things like that.
Yes.
People that are on their feet all day long wearing Crocs. So I just,
Haters,
you know, I mean, the day has been going well and everything's fine. But honestly, like when I look back at that, yeah, we'll talk about Sava as well. But I mean, look at this. Spirit, like, sorry, support. Like, we know 55 to 71% short. Like,
nice.
we had a couple things going. Look to break long 2050. That never happened, so no problem. Where's the bottom? 1750, okay, is what we tweeted out there. And, you know, whether or not, you know, you like that bottom or not, but it's right there on the daily chart. This is a 10-minute chart, but on the day bottom of the 7th, as soon as it broke that, it touched it there, went back up, and then broke it, and then it was see you later to the downside there. So that 1750 again should have been a level that was taken, was not. But wow, support not finding any. And if we're going to look on a daily chart, I mean, this is what everybody wants. Where do we go long now? Because we're all hoping that this can go back to $25 where it was yesterday. And I don't have good news for people. The 50-period moving average is right here at 11. And again, relatively, did they take this name over? Because, I mean, this was $2.40 or so, ripped up to 60 not too long ago. Now you're back down here to 12. I mean, this is meme mania. I don't touch this thing again until $5 or $6. So, I mean, where there's support, I don't know. It's going to have to be one of those days again where people want to put money back into the market. Then maybe it goes. But please, guys, don't be trading support right now. You know, unless you are waiting for some sort of a key level break, and then when it doesn't break or it goes, you got to have your outs. Like I feel bad because I know there are traders out there that have 1,000 shares or something, a couple bucks higher, or 500 shares or 100 shares. No matter what your risk tolerance is, you can't let that go, right? And I just think that right there, that's why we talk about that. That's why I tweet out these levels, because sometimes we don't see them, and I don't see them either. And it goes back. I listen to Neil, Arun, Trader Prad, Maggie, whoever. Like, if there's key levels on charts and people have found them, Ms. V on Tesla, Lucas on Bitcoin, whatever. remember, like as we go, man, if there's any levels, what up, Lucas? If there's
Maggie.
any levels there about that. Oh, someone said Lucas is a black belt. Is that true, Lucas?
So I heard this rumor as well.
Okay, no, it's
Well,
not.
who made
You
Brendan?
know why?
No,
Because-
Brendan. That was you that said it.
Who the hell is starting these rumors? Okay, so that.
Yo, Pratt, he'd still mess you up, eh?
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. That's the point.
Yo, Pratt thinks he could take Lucas.
Might have been
I'm
Greg,
putting.
actually.
I put money down on Lucas. You're my
Okay,
boy.
because
Lucas.
I got money on Pratt. Because
You got this, bro.
this is the
Who have
thing.
you- who have you
There is
told?
no fight. I mean, everybody's great friends here, but we were talking. Yeah, Lucas is.
We could
savage.
build an
Was he
octagon.
Rob?
Lucas is savage. I mean, there's no doubt about that. People talking about
Really?
it, but look, these are two young guys, right? So I think they would both mess us up.
Oh yeah, like honestly, just thinking about it, I hurt my back.
Yeah. But the point is that Lucas. Let's just pretend he's a black belt. It's much cooler if he is a black belt. So let's just say that he's a black
Where did
belt.
that even come from?
So congratulations.
Brendan gets nothing wrong, by the way. Brendan is never wrong, so I don't know where this came from that he could possibly misreport anything, but he misreported the black belt on Lucas.
So Brendan did not have a verified reference
No.
there. So okay.
And now that I understand, I think where it came from, I know exactly why. He happens to not be in the building at the moment. So.
I thought it might have came from Greg because
No, I
Greg.
think-
Oh, this would not be the first time that Rob, who's
Yeah.
on vacation, has
Yeah.
misled us as to he said who's it, Greg, like country music
What
or
people might not know about Rob is he is an actual clown.
yes. No, he is.
He really is a clown. Like he's one of those busker guys. So maybe that's in his repertoire there to be
Is
clowning
this Friday right now?
on Lucas. So okay. Anyways, yeah.
While
Rob-
that was happening, I
Rob
actually
did it again. Oh, Rob. Air horn for Rob. He'll be back very, very soon.
Loving this
don't even know
right
when
now,
he's-
by the way.
I mean, you weren't here, Neil, but Rob ran back there one time and apparently hit his head on the bell.
yeah, that doesn't
So
that really
I
doesn't
thought it was a
surprise
joke.
me.
And
That just does
afterwards,
not
he's like,
surprise
no, it wasn't a joke. I actually ran and hit my head on the bell. But anyways, whatever.
You can't miss
It's 3:21, and I think we've talked about trading for all of 90 seconds so far. But there's the bell behind us. It is actually like head high. So it does make sense that Rob
Which
hit.
also means it's eye level. Just gonna throw that out there.
Oh yeah, no, he should have seen it. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Anyways, we love you, Rob. Hope you're traveling safe, and we look forward to having Rob back in. We talked about Apple. What is Apple doing quickly here? Apple continuing to fall down. Man, 147. We did trim some of that position off at 152. That looks like a good one, but we need to get back in. And where do you get back in on Apple? Let's look at a daily chart for that one. Oh shoot, we can't look at this one because we don't have the.
It's not split adjusted.
Yeah, it's not going to have the right 50-period moving average either because of that. But or no, it should because it's been more than 50 days. Okay, so I was looking at this before, thinking that this was a good spot. I think we'll put some bids here. Maybe we get this tomorrow. Maybe we get it Friday. 144, 142, something like that. I think you got to buy some dips on Apple. Every time we retrace back to the 50-period moving average, there's always some kind of love. But as you can see here, it's broken there, down. Broke here, made the move down, but that's only $4, and that is from 130 down to, that was a bad one, back. This is March though, so I mean, what are we gonna do? March of 2020, but nice move to the downside there. So we're gonna watch out for Apple breaking new lows. I think you could buy Apple at about 140, somewhere in here. That makes sense, below the 50 period. So 141, 142. As if this is a show about trading, Brendan, let's get us some trading news.
Indeed. Let's talk about things that are moving. Pyrogenesis, Canada? Yeah, Canada. Dual listed, PYR on the NASDAQ, just going absolutely crazy right now. Just tagged $5 up there. Right when we came on, in fact, they announced a new $6 million order for what they do, guys. PYR.
I'm shorting this. I mean, a $6 million order. I don't know that much about the stock, but here's PYR right up into these areas right now. $5, exactly a good call there, Brendan. That's where it touched. We're right there right now. This is what the day looks like. Absolutely no volume at all until they announce a $6 million order. Now, if their market cap is something like
800 million, and with 20% at it, it's
800 million?
They actually just made $1 billion.
So we probably got to short this.
How big was that deal?
6 million, he said. And now market cap of 800 million. So, this name needs to be shorted. If you're going to go long this, I don't recommend. If you want to, though, go for it. But PYR, I don't even know what they are. So, I mean, I got to do a little bit more due diligence. But off the daily chart there, off what we're hearing from that number, I mean, we've been up here before. Like, what's the worst that could happen if you're long and you sell that 5? You may miss the run to 6. I mean, it's big, I guess, but that's a good move, especially if you're long off the bottom. I may sell into this rally, especially if you're long from before. Brendan, more detail?
I read a little more. They make those plasma laser mining tool devices, so in the mining space, but they make the lasers that work in the mines, guys.
So people are probably playing the
Lasers.
whole like higher demand for them, blah blah blah, with I guess oil prices going upside. I don't know. It smells like a short to me at 5 even as well. While all of this was happening, I know we had an absolute blast because it's fun when the show is fun, and it's always fun. It's a lot of fun. I got some more blue at basically the same price. It's been essentially 580. At one time I got like 585 here, but basically 75 to 580. We're shorting every single kind of pop. And then we're starting to take it out in the low 60s. It hasn't really broken that 550 level, but we're hunting that one to the downside. Crocs still barely above this 150 as the market is trying to hold on to the lows. Sava's holding on to 42. At some point, I'm not taking a bottom break on Sava because it'll be too late in the day. We're not there yet, but we are getting rather close. And you can't get away from some of these stocks that are absolutely defecating on themselves. To go back to AMC, just because we were mentioning this one off the bat, it is right back towards that 47 low, getting really close to breaking down. I know it's a ways away from, I guess, where it broke out to that 50 level. But, this is the kind of thing that can happen in the next couple of days. We could get a pullback. First levels on AMC are watching for support down around 45.5. And from there, 42 is the big one that's going to stand out. So those will come into play potentially in the next couple of days. That Vino somehow did not give me a fill. What am I sitting at? Oh, wait a minute. No, I did get Vino. I've traded way too many symbols today. You see what just happened, Sean? I had to do this.
That never happens to you.
I usually have a pretty big, I can tell everything we got.
I've only traded like 7 names.
I did get that 07 fill, like very, very barely, and then did this thing where you look a gift horse in the mouth on Vino. Yeah, if it breaks 4, then I'm out of VINO. Let's see what happens. I kind of thought this thing would be heading towards breaking out at 455. I can go ahead and cancel that breakout. There is no chance I want a 455 breakout after a pullback like this, so we'll go with the dip buy only, and then see if we can get this thing through 420. Despite being a $4 stock, I have seen some spreads in it, and there goes Cassava Sciences. That just broke 42, so I'm short at 41.96. The only question is how much room do I want to give it, because it might be a lot.
I'll let your boy, only 35 more minutes to go right now. Look at Moderna, nice little fall from grace there. We were short Moderna, good trade early, long Moderna on the 340 break, out there for $2. We took that for $2, and then we lost $1. So Moderna, positive stock for us today. And I mean, look, we sort of preach, do as we preach and say, right? So here's AMC. We were going long early off some of this support. You could break this down. We talked about the 10-minute range on AMC and that sort of that support that we were seeing here at 50 over the last couple days. It's been a big run up for AMC, so this does not surprise me. This move down. We talked about this, but again, on the daily, it's fine. AMC still looks fine in my opinion. But we did go long here, protected it, out, took them out there. Those are good wins. Bought again there, so in twice, out twice. Bought again at 49 there, exact 49.85 or so, and then right when they took out that low, we got out. So that's only a 20-cent hit, and then look what happened basically since then. Bang, we get a little bit of a bounce back at 48 even. Then it goes $1. Then you go down this another $1 right now. So now you're trying to bounce off 47. I believe this is a long now. Let's take this against 47 even. We're gonna go long AMC right now against 47. See if we get a bounce back to 48 and then cash this out. But long right now, AMC will start the position and use 47 as our support.
So I should have taken obviously profits on Vino when I had the 20 cents in. It just broke the bottom. And Mitchell Williams, thank you for the super chat, but the gift horse count is no way only at 8. Like it's
8 is quite a lot.
It's Tuesday.
Still.
No, because what you mean to tell me that I've only said gift horse 4 times a day? We're on in the morning,
and then it was double.
Then we've been coming in for Trader Pratt and Miss V for half an hour at lunch, and then we're back at the close. Like even just twice per show that we're in, which I easily do, that's at least 12 times so far. So I don't want to be looking
twice an hour. You're saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's saying 8 times total this week, and it's Tuesday.
This week?
He says the count this week is 8.
No. It was 8. It was 8 yesterday.
Oh, 8 yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But thank you, Mitchell. We have a friend named Mitchell. We like that name, Mitchell.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to Mitchell. But although it's his last name, so I don't know if it's your first name.
Apologies
Mitchell,
for what happened to you for valedictorian in high school, Brian. I was no part of it.
EYR. Yeah. ETH did hold up nicely there. So okay, we're into AMC. We're gonna buy that a little bit lower, hopefully as well. Where did I put my bid? Right here, 17s. So we'll see. It's one of my lucky numbers. We'll see if where that goes from now. But okay, so that's starting to go. AMC, we're going to use that number. PYR, I saw it break through 5. Did I catch it? The answer is no, I didn't. I mean, I'm not. Yeah. So there. This. I mean. Maybe catch it to the short side because that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but that was, I mean, you have no idea how fast that was.
No, but I'm just saying, I would be shorting this thing anyway. So there it is. I'm not short, and congratulations if you are. I talked about that. We both did, and we didn't like the long. So there it is, man. It tests through that 5. This is why you just kind of got to look at this. We've already been up here before, faded back in. I mean, 650 is going to be the high, but there we go, PYR, without knowing much about them. I just think that that's a little bit too high. 800 million market cap. Seems,
but that was 800 million before this bump, right? So
right. So now
that literally touched $1 billion in market cap for the 6 million deal.
Seems a lot,
right? I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, it shouldn't be that. And I'm not saying it's easy. I didn't have the trade, but I'm sitting here shorting Cassava Sciences because I like shorting Cassava Sciences. That's what it comes down to. Down 11%. No. Okay, I'm not going to say it. I'll let it go through 41.50 and then try to get some out in front of 41. Now remember, Sean and I are flat at the end of the day, so we got about half an hour to resolve this trade regardless, which does mean if it's only a 30-cent winner in about 15 minutes, then I'm only taking 30 cents on some of it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That goes with any trade. Like, it could be, like, you could have, I don't know why AMC's coming to mind here, but if for some reason, did you just take AMC?
Yeah, I mean, we're in the AMC. It's at that 47 level. We just
I was going to say, like,
shares there.
Like, AMC could be bouncing up here and approaching 50, and you're like, oh, it's going to break 50 in the aftermarket. We'd still have to cover it because we can't hold overnight. Like, that's just what it comes down to. Speaking of things that we're in.
People will donate $5 every day that you have at Afro. But the thing about the Afro is how high does the Afro? Are we talking?
It's been a long time since I did
right,
the
like that Kid and Play where
you get the. Ago. I did the cameo. I had the cameo in junior high. I got rid of that for high school. I've been a shortcut ever since. Except for when I played baseball for Brampton, the guys in the team, they joked around. They're like, "Don't cut your hair all summer," so that I could have like the Jesse Barfield hair outside of it. Right. So that was the last time. I was like maybe 15 years old that I did that, and it's not coming back, guys. I can't. Like, it take so long.
It should definitely come back, though.
It's not coming back. My wife would not.
Come on, man. $5 a day. You hear what these guys are saying? Oh man, your daughter would probably love it though, because to be able to see you how
you could you can stick pencils in it and whatever, man.
Oh yeah, sticking pencils in it. I mean, that's a reason right there to do that. Yeah, good call on the pencils.
Bundy used to do that in the cafeteria.
Oh man, a lot of people do that. That used to be a style actually. You guys remember crisscross? You know, they used to wear their stuff backwards and
I used to know that whole
pants to the back
rap,
and stuff like that. Yeah, crisscross will make you.
Jump.
There we go. The Daddy Mac will make you?
Jump.
There we go. Okay.
Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this.
No, they cannot rhyme like that. That is for sure. So
what are we doing?
We have no idea what we're doing. We both used to wear red leather pants as well. Yes, that is right. Okay. All right. So we are long AMC right now, and we're long right now 25. So we did get some 17s, and we did get some 47s. So and now, 27. Our average price 25. Let's see where we go from here. This is AMC to the moon. Let's see if we can catapult it upside a little bit. We'll see if it's bouncing off 47 right now. Whether or not we have the bottom or not, time will only tell. Neil and I have to be flat at 400, or what does Valeria say, 400 coming through. So, now, if we can get anywhere back to here, man, we'll take a piece off at 50, then a piece off at 80. All we're trying to do is stack up.
I need to clarify something. Blue just went nuts, and I shorted more. But it just went nuts, but turn around at 590, thank God. So we're going to short it again here at 580, but I'm going to move my stop right to 593. It's random, but it's not 6. It's 593. I did not play professional baseball. I said I played ball for the city. It's like the little rep team for my city of Brampton.
Professional baseball.
Although I did have the privilege of playing in a men's league with a couple of guys that played pro ball, and I'll tell you, man, it's an absolute pleasure just watching infield with a couple of dudes that played like AAA. Pretty cool. So I do cherish that memory. My back doesn't let me play ball anymore. Then my back is also the reason why I can't golf with these guys, because I can't swing a thing. Otherwise, I can't tie my shoelaces the next day, which stinks. Crocs in short. Now I'm short everything. Well, I'm in 3 shorts, one of which is okay, Sava, 2 of which don't look as good as they did about 3 minutes ago with about 25 minutes. I can't give this Crocs trade much more than $1.50, $2. I think there's room if it continues to fall, but the market's on the bottom. If it bounces here, Crocs is one of the stronger names. Blue for sure. I am not going to dig in one more time here. If Blue breaks 5.90, I'm going to get out of that bad boy. But Crocs, it needs to break this 150. If it does, there's no obvious levels here outside of, you can definitely say 147 because that's where the breakout certainly happened from yesterday's, I guess, high and the day before that. This is like 146 or so. So in front of that is 147. I'll probably just start taking it off like every dollar or so if it does make an absolute flush. But first things first, 150 has to break, and Blue looks like it's going to go first. This stock looking pretty strong. One too many times I probably went to the well on Blue. Not going to let it take out this 593. I did short it one time earlier around this price and gave it to 6. Not giving it to 6 here.
Okay, right, okay, just looking at our chat, yeah, everything is fine. Okay, so AMC, guys, if this breaks through 47, we'll give it a little bit more, and then we're going to be gone, because honestly, it's just to the down today. We tried to bottom pick it there. We're not going to give up, the ghost, what we did, but, we tried to bottom pick this. And again, this is a level that I liked, 47. I like all the even dollars right there. It bounces off 48, goes up $1, then gets cracked the next time it's there. And then right now it's back to 47 again. So not that much. Size is going to be irrelevant on AMC, as you guys know. They can take out any level here. So, as size goes on AMC, we'll wait to see. But I still think that there is a good opportunity here to make a little bit of cash here off AMC. If you take a 47 long and you just get out. I mean, you're risking right now 10 cents worth of risk for a little bit of upside there. So I do like AMC here.
Yeah, just having a quick look. I mean, Smile Direct, this has come all the way. I mean, it's back. I know you already talked about this one, so we got the super chat there, Mitchell. But I don't know that I see a trade in this down like this 4%.
What up, Mitchell?
I think if it got down to like 5 even, that's where you'd be interesting for a bit of a dip buy. There was some theory that if it could have held above this 6 even area pretty good, but that's not going to happen here down at that 573. So I'm not really seeing a heck of a lot when it comes to Smile Direct. It just feels like the meme was a one and done. If it could have followed through, you wanted it to be holding above this $6 range, which clearly isn't happening. Unless something crazy happens in the next 25 minutes, I want to say. I think I just got lucky in Blue, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good. Actually, not sometimes. Most of the time, it's better to be lucky than to be good. Because this was the biggest volume spikes all day. I mean, at least since the open. Obviously, bigger ones at the open. That's what happens. In the afternoon, came here when I shorted in front of 590. And then again, when it just bounced up to 590. And it's like having a stop there ends up being solid, but it still needs to drop. It has not been able to go past 560, which was a morning support level. So this stock is looking like it's pretty strong. No matter what happens, if it's above 560, you better write that price down for tomorrow, for tomorrow's action. Somebody is buying the stock at that level to be sure. And I don't know how we went this long without talking about CEI. There was the Godfather short. I tried shorting this thing at 175 here and was in and out very quickly. It was like a 173 half short, and I just punched the level that was offering like a few 100,000 shares. So it was a big level. You could easily hit it. So I just in front and then out at 175. At 180, there was a monster offer as well. Trader Prad was talking about this. It got smoked. So the 180 offer got smoked on CEI. The very second it was down to like the last few thousand shares, somebody re-upped for like 50,000. The second that was even on the level 2, somebody smoked the bid and just said, that's a refresher, I'm going short, and the rest is history. It's now down to VWAP. And that's the kind of thing, like if you're watching that happen, I was watching it, staring at it like an idiot, and I should have immediately realized, someone jams that short at 49, now you have an entry at like 79, now you have an entry at 77 or 78 if you can get it fast enough with a stop right back at that refresher at 180. That's 3 cents worth of risk. And VWAP is down here at 160. I mean, the afternoon breakout was at that 160 to 165, so you're talking about 3 cents worth of risk to 13 pennies to the first level. You're talking 25 cents down in here to like 150. That's a pretty good risk to reward. But again, if you don't have the level 2, you're not really going to see it. It's just going to look like, okay, yeah, 180. It's a round number. There's nothing more to it. There was more to it, and we're glad Trader Pratt had that one for everybody live, because things do move in the middle of the day, which is why we have memes and movers.
Yep, exactly. And yeah, thank you for watching Memes and Movers. Only 1 minute until Toronto imbalances. We'll find out there. It's been pretty dead. And again, with the market sort of dead, we don't expect too many on the imbalances. We didn't see too much on New York yesterday or Canada as well, but they're coming out in 1 minute. That's on the TSX. AMC, I mean, I was just talking about it. I said along at 47 probably gives you a little bit of a profit there. You only had 10 cents worth of risk. So if that's your plan, now welcome to 25 cents anyways, depending on where you got, well, I guess let's call it 20 cents. You could have got that at 03 or 04 there, giving yourself a little bit of risk. So there it is, popping back up. I mean, my price is 25. Could get out for flat now, but hey, we're here to make a little bit of money. So let's go upside. We'll take a little piece out in the 30s, like halfway for a dime. And if we get that dime, fine. I just, try to pay for some fees there. We'll see if that can go. I mean, it was very, very close to tipping the scales out there at 47. That's AMC. And again, on the daily range, I mean, no concerns here. All we've done is given back the last 2 days. So, we bottomed out there at 45 before. I don't know if that's going to happen again, but I do expect a little bit of a pullback for AMC. Let's just see if we get a late day rally here like we've seen before off of even dollars. That's all that we're waiting for, guys. I mean, I really think the risk is more, we're taking 25 cents worth of risk here on AMC, and I just think it's well worth it. SRAD, there's no point in
Oh, here goes blue. Like I said, one to the well, one too many times, man. So there we go. We stop out of it. Like I short this 4 times, and look, the 4th time is definitely not the charm as it's breaking to the upside here. Brendo.
Another little one just popping up here, NRXP. There was news about a COVID treatment collaboration with this one and another company in the pre-market this morning, but big volume just coming in through 13 there. NRXP, guys.
NRXP, lots of volume going on all these names. There's just an update on Crocs. Looks like it's trying to take out that 150 mark right now. So again, wish we still had this $6 in the money, but we do not. Crocs looks like it wants to go. So good trade there for anybody that was on that name. Crocs starting to go to the downside. We did short basically the top there, down to 150 right now. Good trade on Crocs. FCell going there, and you mentioned blue as well. GSAT down to 175.
Yuck.
Apple down to 147.50 right now. GM Ford not doing much. Facebook and Microsoft still positive, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, you look in your board here, and it's like there are a few names that are relatively strong. I mean, it's not to pick on Crocs or anything, but like you said, it just broke that 150. It is 340, so like basically don't have a choice but to start taking this trade off. So if it goes down in front of 149, I'll probably pop a little something to be able to get it out. It's just, I don't know if it has the time to accelerate into the downside, especially with the market trying to bounce a little bit here. It's this blue, which is ripping faces off, and I kind of said this. I'm like, why am I not? Sometimes you just got to reverse this. On these volume spikes, like, why wasn't I thinking reverse at 590? I was just like, okay, short. And it will not break 560, which does give you a 590 breakout with a 560, 555 out. I know what the problem is. It's 1-to-1 to the high of the day. That's really what the problem is. It's exactly 1-to-1. You almost need it breaking to the high of the day to take some out, and then a top end break for that to be worth it. I guess in the back of my mind, I knew that was true, so that's why I didn't go long. But if you scalp this long, fantastic. It is getting very close to the 634 high of the day. I don't know if it has the juice to get there. It's slowing down halfway through, but BLU showing some signs of strength. Sava showing signs of doing absolutely nothing after breaking 42 down. It only gave you about 50 cents to 41.50. I didn't take that. Now it's right back to flat. So Cassava Sciences, I could have shorted support literally at a random price when we came on the show. Instead, I chose Cassava Sciences on a breakdown, and it's doing absolutely nothing. One of the weakest stocks in the market, in a weak market, fading all day long, and then when it breaks the low of the day, which it tested like 5 times today, it goes nowhere.
I don't know. I saw some people talk about Nuvea, and I mean, I'm in this name. This is a Toronto one. I mean, I bought this basically the same time I bought PaySafe, and I should have let everybody know. I mean, I don't know if people know anything about Canadian stocks. This is a new payment processor, and they're just really new to the market. They just IPO'd back in September, so they've been around a year. $42. I'm in at 60, and it's up to 165. Like, I have no idea why the stock is going off like this, but what a monster this name has been. Nuvea Corp, all the way to the upside. Again, I thought this would happen to PaySafe, and instead, PaySafe, I have more money in the Canadian one, but PaySafe still lost more in PaySafe than anything else anyways, as it's still continuing to the downside, and I have no idea what's going to get out of the way of this or not, but PaySafe, again, my charts just
They're hating today.
It's just everything is so slow. But right now, PaySafe right back down to its lows again. So our average price, I think, is 11 something on this name. You're down to 818. Still not looking good. We talked about this. Like, until you find something, some of these names going, I don't know what to do, and I don't want to keep bottom picking on these names. I've stopped buying SoFi. PaySafe still to go. I mean, I sold out of some Square today, but I mean, honestly, these names just keep getting beat down. And again, a recent SPAC. Used to be BFT, now PSFE, just continues to get crushed. So, all eyes on PaySafe as it just not working out at all. And AMC, by the way, went up there. AMC went up to 47.25 or so, got us right back into the money. And I thought, here it goes, right back up again. I thought we were cruising. I mean, you can buy this. I mean, how many times do I have to say buy this one down here? But I don't know. I'm already dug in, and I want to get out. So hopefully this can come to the upside there. We'll take a dime on some, and then let the rest run here. As right now, wow, okay, let's go WTF to this one as SRAD. Again, did not think we'd be positive on this name today after taking the opening print, but buy, bang, buy. We have 2 day low buys here. Well, not day low, that's the day low, but we had this buy on that low upside, then we have it again right there. So nice move. Okay, here we go, AMC. Let's go, man. Hit the cowbells. Everybody's rocking and rolling now with AMC as we're starting to rock now to the upside. So we go a little undercover here as AMC long 22s up to 37, took a piece out. Next stop 80s. Let's go, AMC. Here we go. We're mooning, guys. Not really. We're still down 8%, but AMC with a nice move here, 23 cents in the money, man. All we're sort of doing is stacking it up. That was a good idea. I just said that at 47, guys. Hopefully you have it. Let's take another piece out.
I think this is like the 3rd or 4th time we have a question about when, and I think we got some. It was talked about in the morning, but not in the afternoon.
Right.
And look, you talk about the risk and the China risk, the regulatory risk, which is coming through, and it's definitely a bit of a problem for them. I think there's probably going to be a rebound at some point, but look, I kind of feel like I'd be waiting that one out. Like the time to buy, to be patient, I think, for dip buys on stocks that you like is now. I don't know that jumping in right in front of this like 80, it's like 88, 89, we're essentially bouncing off of here. I don't know that that's the right move when you have some clear, obvious support, like a good $15 lower here. Like let it break down a little bit. That's the way I'm sort of approaching most of these names here, is especially even like a win. And I don't love. And this is like we always talk about like the regulatory risk. It's like anytime there's like that first headline, like wait a couple of days at least, right? Like it's not the worst thing in the world to catch some of these, at least when they're on the way back up. You don't always have to bottom pick. You can buy on strength, and that is always an option. This stock is a good $50 away from its high. Right, so like if you end up waiting for it to settle down, you catch a bottom pick somewhere else and don't actually get this and never goes to 70, 75, but you get it on the way back up at 105 and it goes to the high, then that's fine. It just means that opportunity cost of maybe you put that money in later, there could have been something else that you bought at the bottom that did give you that entry point. So I feel like being patient is the way to go here. It's a bit of a panic move down here today. I don't know that you have to dip into it right away. I would give it a couple of days to settle down at least.
Man, good trading on AMC, man. We're still long on that one, and we'll sit here and watch it right up to the high side. Unfortunately, though, as we were celebrating our AMC, this SRAD is just very, very violent. We talked about this over and over again, so I'm going to just put an order here and see if we can get out. I actually put out the high there, so we'll see if it does bounce back on some sort of support there. Don't know if it's going to happen, but it doesn't really matter. We're over the moon today. I can't believe we're still positive on the day. It's been, we're very positive, but I'm double what I made yesterday.
Oh, I'm lucky to be positive. You know what? I never show you guys these, but just for educational purposes, sure. Some of you guys do know that I trade like leveraged buyouts on the side. Usually what happens, I just kind of gave it away. Usually this is what happens in these. Like basically don't trade, you're market making on the stock, you're going back and forth. But one of these, KDMN, was a biosciences deal, an all-cash deal. When TBIO closed, the regulators may or may not be too happy about that one. The rumor that came, they're going to put the screws to KDMN when it comes to giving them antitrust approval. Now, the mistake that I made is it started grinding down. There was a capitulation, like people get marketed out when they've been averaging in and trying to spread trade here all morning long. And there's a capitulation. I like buying off of those. It's like an opportunity to just catch some quick growth, thinking I'll go 885 into 890 and just make 5 pennies and it'll be pretty solid. You use more size with these. but I didn't actually bother looking into, hey, something actually going on here, because I know TBI was just closed. I didn't do that. When it retested the low, I just got more shares. When it broke the low, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to get more shares. When it did an even bigger capitulation bottom, I did that thing that you should never do. I'm telling you guys, you should never do this. I'm just like, oh, well, I mean, the idiots like me that didn't read the news that just got wiped out down to here, I'll just punched out and I'm still in it. So I'll just buy the low. It goes all the way back to about where I needed to get close to break even. And that's one of the dumber things that you could do, by the way, which is what I'm trying to tell you. That's literally averaging into oblivion, and then when it gets into the low and you're not shut down and still have some room to go, you just know that the bottom was made because, heck, it just scared everyone else out, and it didn't scare me out. So I ended up buying the bottom there. That should never work, and I'm only ever saying this because the market will sometimes let you get away with doing the wrong thing, and the worst thing you can do is reward yourself for it. So that's me being an idiot on KDMN. I will never do it again. Until the next time.
It's good he didn't lose more money like on that, right? I don't like hearing averaged into oblivion. I mean, I don't think that as an education show.
You should never do that.
You should never do that because oblivion, I think, is bad, right?
I actually witnessed a stock where the deal basically got canceled while I was watching it.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, and it gets so ugly, man. I've seen a stock go from like 65, was down in like the mid 40s, and I know somebody who was caught at the top of that one and just was averaging into it, and it's like, you don't want to be that person. And ended up being a bad rumor, and it did come back, but who cares, man? You can't average into oblivion like we always say. Back to the one thing that I'm still in, because Crocs is apparently still holding around here. I had to take some out here at 150 because I didn't want to go. It's like a 40-cent winner. Now it's down at 149, and it's now 350. There's no imbalance on it. The market's at the bottom. I'm probably going to have to just cover this for $1 win because I don't want to still be long this bad boy. So I'll get on the bid here at 149.40. We'll see if we can't just quickly slide out of it for $1. It was a good short for everybody. Pratt had it, Sean had it, I had it, and it's one of the strongest stocks in the market, and good for them. We all own Crocs. We've said it a million times. But, hey, the market momentum, once it hit that top, capitulation top, has been only to the downside. What are you going to do? I haven't been able to find a long that I liked. I'm glad you found one in AMC there because just about everything else has been short all afternoon.
Yeah, and we just got to have SRAD turning that day positive on that name as well. So SRAD, a nice out there at 20 for the dollar, 80 something cents there on the last bit. We buy to the upside. You're getting Apple. So I'm only red on one name today, and it's Boeing. We're green on AMC, ATER. We're very green on Crocs. We're green on Ethereum. We're green on some buyouts. We're green on mRNA. We're green on Palantir, and we're green on SRAD. The only name bad, Boeing today on the negative side. So, hey, man, we'll go 6 for 7 there and be pretty happy about it. We didn't trade Ford there, Randy. Calm down. 147.90 there.
Randy just yells Ford out like from time to time.
Yeah.
Or Lucid in the chat.
He just yells random things all the time as well.
I know, it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
why is Tesla's rallying?
I don't know what I was talking about. Okay, Microsoft here. Imbalances now. That's what we're talking about. Apple with a big one. They're all big. I mean, some of the NASDAQ ones. There was Apple, and I saw Softy here, but that's a sell.
Tesla just pumped $10.
Yeah, the NASDAQ went, I think, because of Apple there. So Apple with a nice one. Apple looks like it did have about 7 million shares or 6 million shares to pair there. It looks like they're almost done. They paired off 4. They've got 1.5 left.
Idea, but
Apple with a nice, this is not a 1 minute, is it? Yeah, this is a 1 minute. So Apple, it comes out here. It's at 147.50. It rips back up to 148. I mean, I'm wondering if Apple's getting into some buy territories, but again, I'd probably buy it at the end of, there's always like the 3-day rule, so we'll see here. It's about 3 days after it's dropped, so that might be something there on Apple, but I can keep these up for a little bit longer. AMC though, we're watching that one. We just paired that off as well. Took that out for 30 cents up to 50. We got some out. We took some last period at 43. Now we're holding one small piece left, but that's AMC into these imbalances. Pfizer, Zenga always seems to be on there. XOM to the sell side has oil today flat, only down 0.1. But XOM, man, we printed those puts already. I did get out of them on the flush down, so it's a good option there for me with those puts. And right now, I actually have calls on Clover is the only name I have right now. Any sort of options or anything on is Clover, and I have Clover calls for October, 3rd week in October.
This Tesla is a small buy and balance. But like I said, it just popped up like $10 in the last couple of minutes, starting at 340. Now, if there was, there's still about 5 minutes to go. If it does something really, really crazy, like pump another $5 into this 750 level, like there could just be like a quick scalp short in for me, but we're running out of time for that to happen. I wouldn't rule that one out. Where did that man came from? What's up there? Raheem.
There he is. Raheem looks sharp there. I don't even recognize the guy.
Where'd that guy come?
What's up, Raheem? Raheem Alani from OCI Group is in the building.
In the house.
So it's always nice to have Raheem there, looking sharp as usual in the polo. So what's up to Raheem? Good friend of the show. You know him. He's been on numerous times. Okay, so yeah, Clover. The reason why we like Clover, again, I think if you look at the daily chart here, we're near the bottom. Does it have pop potential? Yes, it does. So it is checking off some of the boxes there. We're right at the 50 period moving average, 850 or so. So we'll see if that can go up to 11 again. And then if it does, then we will punch out of those calls on Clover. So we're waiting for that to happen. NVIDIA, did AMD get to 107 today? So AMD's on my watch. I don't think it did. High of the day, 107. So AMD, if my charts will change, I love this stock, man. We talked about this at that 107 level. If you look at this on a daily chart, a 20-minute chart, which I prefer, you could see here AMD bouncing again off 107. If we have a green day tomorrow, man, AMD is going to go to like 109. So, I mean, let's just keep this positive vibes here for AMD. I like it. I think you got to buy these dips. AMD here looks to go through 107. I'm going to call that, I mean, the next green day in the NASDAQ, this thing takes out 107. So whether or not that's tomorrow or what, who knows. But I do like AMD for a long-term play here. Swing trade through 107 up to 120 again, and then we'll revisit that.
Wow, give me a break. Blue absolutely just died like an absolute quail. So it looks like that breakout failed. It's back down at that 550. So remember I said, good look if it can hold 550. That has not happened at the close here. So let's throw that one away. I was really looking forward to this one holding that key level. I mean, it still has support down at 520, but I wanted to see the 550 to 560 level go. I just want to come over to, if I can, back over to that Tesla. I'm going to be watching Tesla at the close here. Like I said, I was going to jump into it at 750, and I almost took a 746 short and then thought better of it with only a few minutes left to go. Hands were on the keyboard just to try to scalp a couple of dollars out of Tesla, as it really did feel like, I mean, there was nothing going on here. There was no news. The imbalance was ridiculously tiny. I mean, you're right in some of these clusters here. There might have been a shot there. So I want to see what happens to some of these tech names at the close, because the imbalances don't really reflect some of the moves that I saw happen at the end.
I think it was just NASDAQ going in there a little bit.
Break,
I mean, 1, 2, 3 candles up. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, just 3 straight candles up there on NASDAQ. So maybe something. AMC's falling back, man. I mean, we'll get out if it breaks our flat point here, 47.17. I mean, we trade here obviously on the equity side, on a prop side. We have to be flat now at 4 o'clock. So, I mean, I didn't even see AMC on the imbalance locator, so I can't even like throw it in to see if there was anything here, but everything's pretty much paired off. The Apple hype is gone, but there it goes. NASDAQ's starting to go back up, so that's good. XOM, Microsoft, still a small sell. That's like really going to affect them. I did pair off some Microsoft. We talked about that today as well. Pfizer, another sell back to 44.50. That's interesting, but other than that, not much happening.
Oh, I got my fill on Pfizer the other day. Remember, I can't get it during the show, and I got it the afternoon.
Oh, good. So
but
you're
basically,
long.
But right here. It's
okay,
it's right.
Yeah,
it's
I mean, we like
right.
Pfizer.
Oh, shoot, I forgot to do one thing. The trade of the day is again going to be a firm, and no, it's not a repeat, but you better believe it was the same levels. Like, if you ever find a stock that is one of your best of the day, and it gives you the same trade the next day, and you don't take it, I don't know what you're doing, but the 115 was fantastic yesterday. The 115 again was a good today, in addition to the opening rollover trade. All off levels that we got in the last couple of days. It was pretty simple there, guys. So stick around for that one. It's a firm. With only 2 minutes to go, certainly been a successful one. You rolling the AMC into the close?
Yeah, but I mean, I just put an offer at 45, so 47, 45, 20 pennies from here, and then my out's going to be where I'm in, so 47.17, looking like that's going to hit first. So I don't have to worry about it. I mean, as soon as it goes back to my break-even point, then I'm just going to get out of that. Stop console wars. You love cabbage. I love cabbage as well. Cabbage rolls. I have a Croatian uncle, and if anybody in this chat is Croatian, cabbage rolls very, very popular in that culture. So they're fantastic. So shout out to you, uncle, and thank you for cabbage rolls. Okay, here we go. 47. But we're going to get out for flat right now. Looks like it's going to break. So AMC, a good run, man. I'm really glad that we scalped all that out up on the top side. We're holding that 10% left. Hey, if it goes, it goes. If not, then we're out of AMC. But right now, 5 cents. Only a minute 30 left in the day. It's been I know it hasn't been a good one for a lot of you, and I apologize. I see some negative comments there, but yeah, hopefully you're back with us tomorrow. Learn risk management, I think.
Yes.
Super important on a day like today.
You got to and did it today, but I will say it's not a happy day because Norm Macdonald, we lost a legend, right? And like, I don't know,
Norm!
We're old enough to be like super fans of when SNL was at its best, right? So, or at least the second round of its best. But hopefully his family's doing all well, and I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I'll go home.
Apparently there was a battle with cancer, so I'm pretty sure it was somewhat.
Yeah, so they're probably expected. But I'm gonna be watching some Weekend Update when I'm on the train going home. But either way, it was a fantastic show. Memes and Movers was great today.
A movie I think called Dirty Work or something that was really fun. I think weren't they garbage men? There was another guy.
It was a good film, man.
Yeah,
and no one watched it.
Wasn't that
I don't think a lot of people. No, man, it was funny. I don't think a lot of people watched it.
Yeah, for sure. But you have to like that kind of comedy. Okay, AMC coming down. Who's doing the bell? Because we're getting very, very close. Only 10 seconds to go. Oh, Miss V is on the bell, so we like that one. We're going to get out there. We go. We are now out of our AMC at 25. So that's a 10-cent win. Let's go.
Let's drop the countdown. It is tomorrow's going to be hump day. Miss V is on the bell. She didn't wear green. Might need it tomorrow as the market is down again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ring it. Prad. Oh, Pradley.
There he is. What's up, Trader Prad? Give a wave, guys. You are on camera right now. There he is. He gives a peace sign. Yeah, and we already see the Miss V, the double peace signs. We like that.
That's the one up it, man.
You always have to. You always got to go that one step higher from there. So thank you, guys. I think we got to positive, did we, Brendan?
I love your enthusiasm, Sean. It never ends. No. I will only be but yeah, a good idea for tomorrow maybe. 0.6 for the S&P, full percent for the Dow and NASDAQ. Hey, we got 1 day of relief yesterday, but yeah, back in the red. Hey, cryptos were positive.
Yeah, my mother always said if you have nothing positive to say, then don't say anything at all. But the market wasn't too bad.
How many kids actually listen to that?
It could have been, not mine. It could have been a lot worse than that, though, on the day. So nice rally back in the NASDAQ, at least got us close to positive.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it could have been a heck of a lot worse. If we held that low, the markets have held some of those lows. We're actually supposed to, so I've been told, unfortunately, for 1 day, and I promise you, it's 1 day only, Memes and Movers is only going to 12:30 tomorrow, not to 2 o'clock, which kind of stinks. But for every day after that, it's going to be back to 2. And eventually, as Trader Prad and Ms. V said, the plan is to try to get it all the way so that we're streaming all day long. That's what we're trying to get to you guys. So hopefully that can be accomplished. But tomorrow, for 1 day, it's going to stop at 12:30. Trade of the day is going to be Firm. Brendan looks fantastic in the vest with the hair, as always, because we're about to go to the 3-shot. Look at the timing for that. I knew you were going to do it. And it was Randy. Good shot, buddy.
I was just checking on Asana, guys. Asana just popped up.
Asana, yeah, they already reported, so we know it's not going to be anything with that. Guys, thank you so much to the amazing team over there on the 1s and 2s. Yes, it's Randy, it's Lucas, and it's Maggie hiding behind Lucas.
Karate.
They're in there. What's up? There she is. Thank you so much, guys. And again, a big thanks to Trader Prad, Ms. V. A big thanks to
Lucas
Brendan.
Lucas is kicking people.
Of course.
If you missed that.
Lewis.
What was that? What
Lucas was kicking people.
Lucas is going to mess people up.
Yeah, there's that black belt rumor going around there, started by who knows who, but we figured out who it was. So we'll be talking to him when he gets back there. But hey, guys, for everybody, it's a Firm. Watch our trade of the day. Thank you for watching. Follow us all on Twitter, and we will see you tomorrow. Ciao, guys. Have a good day,
guys.